Good morning. My name is Annie Collins, and I serve as president of the Board of Trustees of the Unitarian Universalist Church here in Spartanburg. Welcome to UUCS. At UUCS, we strive to be a beloved community of warmth, of love, and support across all of our differences. This is a welcoming congregation where everyone is welcome just as we each are. If you are visiting with us this morning, we would love to meet you. Visitor cards may be found in the pocket of the back of the chair in front of you, and please feel welcome to fill one out and place it in the offering plate so we can better connect with you. Even though it is summer, there is still a lot going on here at UUCS. So there is a one-page executive summary in your order of service, and I will highlight a couple things. Summer enrichment continues. Through August 31st, we are experimenting with intergenerational enrichment time the hour before the 11 a.m. service. So the church will open at 9:30 a.m. for coffee and greetings, and at 10 we will gather together for centering, and then we will join one of several breakout groups. Today we had a lot of fun with Legos. Childcare will be provided from 9:45 to 12:15 so that everyone can be involved. So come and enjoy. Part 2, protest in the era of rising authoritarianism. Today, following the service in the sanctuary, Dr. Elizabeth Zach will offer a talk on protests in the time in which we are living. The talk will offer tools for thinking about the erosion of democracy and various forms of resistance to it, including mass protest, digital activism, litigation, and small-scale initiatives. Dr. Elizabeth Zach is professor of sociology and department chair at the University of South Carolina, or USC Upstate. She holds a PhD, busy lady. She teaches courses. She conducts research. She has won numerous grants, and she is still coming to speak with us today. So stick around for that. All right, last but certainly not least is A Way Home. As many of you know, congregations around Spartanburg have launched A Way Home, a family shelter for unhoused children and their families. It's the new version of the old congregational rotational model, and UUCS will be hosting families in October and in December. But we have an opportunity to partner with Fernwood Baptist, a sister congregation, who is hosting now through July 27th. Volunteers are needed to help provide them breakfast, dinner, and to do overnight stays. Links to sign up can be found in the happenings, and you can reach out to our assistant minister, Ann Garner, and she can help you get involved. This will be good practice for when we host families later this year. All right, folks. Thanks for making this a place of kindness and of care and a place of love.
I'm going to introduce our our speaker today. She's not a guest. She's someone who doesn't really need introduction because she already actively involved in the UUCS community. I'm going to tell a few things about her though. I will tell you a little. She has been a can't say that word. Social worker since 2009, and she has spent 13 years in private practice helping people deal with trauma. I know it, but I can't say it. Yeah, okay. And she deals with trauma and that kind of illness. It's when, I don't know why I can't say it, and stress. In her spare time, she reads and does photography. She likes to do puzzles and digital design. She also does things with Legos, of course. And Denise is giving the talk about Legos today. And it's time to light the chalice. And it's Kathy's going to light it for me. First we invent stories, then we change it, then they change us. And it's from British television personality and journalist James May. There are all sorts of things embodied in the Lego brick. Geometry and mathematics and truth and portions and shapes and colors. It is faintly spiritual activity that everyone connects with. Lego's 90th anniversary brand theme, every Lego creates a story. And it's from the author Kilman Kanjara. We are all born as storytellers. Our inner voice tells the first story we ever hear.
Good morning. Good morning. If everyone would turn in their gray hymnals to number 346, and we'll sing "Come Sing a Song with Me." Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, and I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring the song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring the song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring the song of love and a rose in the winter time.
The Rippling Bowl is a time in our service when we share our joys and concerns with our beloved community. We place a stone or a shell in the bowl of water, and the joys are magnified and the concerns are lessened as the ripples go out. And Riley will place a stone and shell in the bowl for people watching us virtually and those who aren't able to come to the bowl. I invite you to come to the Rippling Bowl now. The covenant, because the USCS has no creed or statement or belief, we crafted a covenant which says how we strive to be with each other and the greater community. You are invited to say it with me. With courage we say, our New York people of faith and hope, together we covenant to strive to become our better selves, to honor both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not be divisiveness, and to respond to systems of violence and oppression with the power of love beyond belief. During our service, we set aside a time to greet each other personally, being mindful of everyone's personal space. If you'd rather sit during this time, feel free to do so. When you hear the music start playing, it is time to return to your seat so we can continue the service. If you're joining us virtually, you might want to call a friend or send them positive thoughts. Now, let the holy chaos begin. Back to your seat.
Yes, ma'am. You can go wander in the woods, you can do with the dog, you can go down on the lake.
Now it's time for us in the service where we consider giving our treasures to this church. And we have many treasures, which is sacred to many of us. When the plate is passed to you, please add your blessing, even if you give online. And each month we share with a worthy organization within our local community or a global cause. Half the loose money goes in the plate, and all designated funds go to the Share the Plate. For our July Share the Plate, we are supporting the Midwives of Haiti. We support this cause yearly because one of our members, Ruth Staton, used to go and help and volunteer as a midwife for this organization for a long time, and she has shared information with us about the value of their work. And the ushers can come forward. Good morning. Will you share silence with me? Take a moment, a few deep breaths, maybe cross your hands over your heart. All right. I am Denise Levereaux. No, that wasn't narcissistic of me at all, no. But I am here today to talk with some of my favorite people about one of my favorite things. Well, two of my favorite things, because I am a clinical social worker, so I am a therapist. So I like to talk about people and healing and growing and all of those things. And then Lego is fun. Until it's 3 in the morning and you step on your kid's Lego. That's like Dante's, the 13th level of hell or something, stepping on Legos at 4 in the morning. I don't have children, and I didn't realize about the stepping on the Lego thing until I got into Lego myself. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Mom. Oh, good, thank goodness. All right, so we're gonna talk about a company, a toy company that has been around for almost 100 years and is still going strong. It's one of the oldest toy companies. Y'all will have to forgive me as I consult my dates sheet. I'm not good with dates. Yes, in 1932, Kirk Christensen, Danish. I don't speak Danish, so I'm butchering any pronunciation of anything. He was a carpenter. We were not experiencing good things globally in our economy in 1932. There was lots of political unrest. There was economic collapse. And his carpentry mill, his carpentry business, was not producing the way it needed to. So he's like, I am going to switch to wooden toys. This decision has spawned a company that is a household name 100 years later and is showing no signs of slowing down. How can one person have an idea that has that much impact and that much change? Imagine if we took that kind of energy and applied it to stuff bigger than toys, bigger than play. We could literally change the world and change ourselves, right? So why don't we? Why don't we? Any ideas? It's hard. Absolutely, it's hard. We might have never done it before, right? Fear? Lack of imagination. Now, how do fear, yes, ma'am? Fear of being seen as silly and incompetent of being an adult. Absolutely, yes. I mean, come on, I'm a 44-year-old woman standing up here talking about my Legos, okay? Like, you know? So I resonate with that one, yes. Absolutely. But imagination and fear. I think fear begins to be a problem when we stop connecting with our imagination. Because imagination, stories, can bring us hope, can connect us to joy, can bring us solutions, okay? For example, my assistant today, that you may not be able to see, is astronaut Harry Potter with a lightsaber on a cow, okay? And I'm saying this with my whole chest. This is
And like all of you guys from all of the fandoms, don't come for me after service, because I just did all that. But literally, when we engage in play, and Lego is a condensation of a Danish phrase, legot, which means play well. When we engage in play, we allow ourselves to create stories that we couldn't ever have conceived of just living our daily life. Does that make sense? I mean, if you had asked me in my 20s, because who we are changes over the course of our life too, right? If you had asked me in my 20s if I would be standing at a church talking about Legos, I'd be like, no, what are you talking about? This is so not where my life is going. But here we are today. So, when we start engaging in the creative process, the way that Lego works to engage in the creative process is everything in Lego represents something else. Everything is symbolic. So it is from the moment you take the lid off the bin, you are starting a creative process, okay? You're starting a story. Now, in the congregation, there are some little Lego heads. Anybody see them? Sitting next to people? Okay. All right. Somebody grab one and hold it up. Find my Lego heads. There should be 6. All right. Okay. Tell me a story about that Lego head. Who is he? You don't know? Okay. His name is Ernest, and his lifelong dream was to be an underwater basket weaver competitively. Okay, all right. Who's got the next Lego head? All right, tell me his story, or their story.
His name's Kier, and when I picked him up, his head blew wide open.
Oh no!
He's a mirror that can expand your thoughts and let everything spill out.
Okay. All right, cool, I like it. Where's another one? We got more? Oh, and who do we have here?
Well, this is Tiffany, and she's a pretty cute girl, but she's got a little bit of an attitude.
She's got an attitude.
Just a little, not a lot. Maybe, she got a little hubris happening, but she's cute.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. So, does the attitude get her in trouble?
No, she's pretty funny and nice about it, so it's all right.
Okay.
She's
So
a little judgmental.
we forgive her judgmental, but gotcha. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Who have we here? You want to hear my story? Oh, let's see. This is Gerard? Okay, yes. Gerard was a former international spy who now is, let's see, what does he do now? Now he he's a chef. Okay. French, Italian, or pastry?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. I love it. So suddenly, and that took, 2-3 minutes, and we were making people. They had backstories and ambition and drive and goals. One more. Who we got here?
This is
Jack? Okay.
He used to be a jack of all trades. He wants to do something new.
Ah.
Get into AI.
He's going to get into AI? Okay. All right. As long as he doesn't start calling me chat and saying weird things, I think we'll be okay with that. Awesome. Did I miss anybody else want to share, or are we good? What you got?
This is Fred, who had great ambitions of being a basketball player, but he's a little short.
Yeah, I can see that. They also don't bounce well. It's not the right kind of plastic. They don't bounce well. All right, well, we'll put Lego Harry Potter, Space, Star Wars, Jedi, Harry Potter up there. Okay, so the first minifigure, which are what I had you guys build in this morning, that's what Lego Harry Potter is, and the little heads. The first minifigures weren't introduced to Lego until 1978. So we went from 1932, 1936, all the way up to 78. And we had this play system that you could build things, but it had no characters. They were looking for ways to tell better stories. Because yeah, I could get a Lego set and build a fire truck, right? But if there are no people, if there are no firemen, how useful is that going to be to me? How useful is that going to be to my growth process? Because if we think about toys being for kids, people in that developmental stage, stories, imitation, we play house, we play fireman, we play, policeman. Those are how we learn what people do, how people behave, what our cultural norms are, what our cultural stories are, and these are how our aspects of personality start to form. When you think about who you are, take a second, think of some adjectives. Think of some roles that you play. I bet everybody can think of at least 3, or that roles that you have played over the course of your life. Before I was a therapist, I was a graphic designer. I'm a daughter. I'm a Lego fan. Would you have used the same words to describe yourself now that you would have to describe yourself at 20? No? No? Am I the same person that I was at 20? What happened? You grew, changed, things happened. Therapy, yes! Oh my gosh! I am so glad my therapist will retire well, because I have been in therapy a very long time. No. But yes, therapy. Therapy, there's a lot of different modalities of therapy. One is called, specifically, narrative therapy. It's about how do we view ourselves as a story? Well, I was this, and then this happened, and I was this, and then this happened, and I was this, and then this happened. Neurologically speaking, we develop that ability to understand ourselves in episodes at 3 years old. We have autobiographical memory. Now, guys, do you remember when you were 3? No? Some people, yeah? The only thing I remember about being 3, actually, I was 2. And my parents went to the hospital because my brother was going to be born in the middle of a blizzard in Cleveland, Ohio. And so I had to go stay at my grandparents'. And it was a big, dark, scary room with like big, dark, scary shadows on the walls. And so 3-year-old me was making up all kinds of awful stories about these scary, dark shadows. Right? How have the stories that you have told about yourself over the course of your life changed? Because our first story about ourselves, we get from where? Family, yeah. Parents, our earliest experiences, teachers. We move into adolescence, and suddenly our social groups become even more important. In the 80s and 90s, Lego tanked. Sales tanked. How the process of how they were making them changed. Product was there were complaints. Product was inferior. They're like, How do we become a business that can still inspire creativity and meet people's needs? How do we need to change? Let's embrace how we change. Let's embrace how we grow. And they started saying, okay, Legos can be for adults. Legos don't have to be for kids. We can do, it's very funny. There is the book that talks about the rise and fall and rise of Lego as a business is called Brick by Brick, I believe. And in the book, it's very funny. The then CEO of the Lego group, when someone floated to him the first time of doing a Star Wars collab, Lego and Star Wars, big thing, big bucks. Now, he said, no way in hell. And that turned out to be the thing that saved them, doing the Lego collab, or the collabs with Star Wars, the collabs with Harry Potter, who else? They also developed their own brands, the Ninjago brand. They kept growing. They didn't say, well, we've been making brick toys for 50 years, we're not gonna change, we're gonna force everybody else to just keep doing their thing. There was a flexibility in understanding who they were. Do you guys have flexibility in understanding who you are? Or do we have a set of beliefs about who we are that might be limiting us, that might be keeping us in fear, that we are not engaging with something that we can build, and if it falls apart, we can build it again, and if it falls apart, we can build it again, over and over and over. And in a way, isn't that how we grow ourselves? I did this. It worked for me really well. I did this. Oh, I dated that. We're not ever doing that again. And then there's the more complicated stuff. I'm sorry I hurt you. That was selfish of me. That was narcissistic of me. I'm getting too involved in my stuff. I need to think about you and you and you and who you are. Or I need to find the balance between feeding my creativity so that I can be the author of my life. You can all be the authors of your life. This is the heart of kind of what we talk about as UUs, that we all come together, and if we are all our best selves, if we learn how to believe the best story about us, we're unstoppable. That's how we go and change the world. That's how we come up with ideas and solutions to things that we thought were unsolvable. That's how innovation happens. People talk in science and technology is innovation, and we have to keep doing new things because the world keeps moving, the story keeps changing, right? What are your loudest stories? I encourage you to think about those, because we all have, if we draw from schema therapy, which is another specific type of psychotherapy, they say we have 2 to 3 dominant stories that tell us who we are. I encourage you to look at your 2 to 3 dominant stories. And do those stories serve you? Are those stories about growth? Or are those stories about limitation? Or are they somewhere in the middle? And if they're probably somewhere in the middle because we're human and we're complicated. I'll be real vulnerable with you guys, tell you the truth. I have a story that I can't shift, that I'm not lovable. Okay? Now, do I logically know that's not true? My family is sitting over there. They came to see me. What are the stories in your head that are keeping you from doing what you want to do? Where are the stories that are holding you back? Do you need to play with Legos, pick up a hobby, do a craft, prove to yourself, play Dungeons and Dragons, buy an Xbox? What helps you get into the brain space of I can instead of I can't? Because I can and I can't are both stories. And I promise if you buy a Lego kit, there is not going to be anywhere in the set of instructions that says I can't or I can, right? It just says do this, and you're like, I'm not sure which way that was supposed to work, but okay. So, before Lego got off the ground, got started, back in 1936, Lego, play good. Kurt Christensen turned his mill into a toy mill. His wife died of cholera. His sons burned down the mill. They built a new one. It burned down again. We were in a worldwide recession. He was not a 100-year-old toy company that is now about plastic and growth and adults and children and everyone. Did not get there by that one person. He had the story of I can and not I can't. Thank you.
Wow, that was wonderful, Denise. Okay, if you will turn in your hymnals to number 313. Oh, what a piece of work we are, or are we? I'm going to ask Max to play it through one time. This is we haven't sung this much. I don't think I've sung it. So if you would play it through once, Max, and we'll join in.
Now we're going to extinguish the chalice. A lesson from Legos. It's from writer Frederick Heron, author of Story Building and Creativity, a lesson from Legos. At Legos, they have an exercise where people are asked to build a duck with just 6 normal Lego pieces. There are apparently millions of ways to combine, but as soon as a person builds their duck, the duck comes. Each brick tells a life and a story, however long or short, start to build in their heads. The imagination of the builder makes these 6 dead plastic bricks come alive as a duck. And then the duck triggered the imagination of its creator. But there is also a deeper effect. When the story makes the duck come alive, it gains personality, morals, meanings, backstories, and ambition. It comes alive, and as the duck comes alive, your imagination about the duck comes alive as well.
All right. Before I read a poem that I've chosen for the benediction, since we do have Elizabeth Zach coming in, I was wondering if a couple of people could help me grab things and just walk them over to the fellowship hall so we can get this space ready for them. Would that be okay? All right. For the benediction, I have a poem from Emily Hall, poet. It's called Make Peace. Make peace with all the people you once were. Lay flowers at their feet. Offer them incense and honey and forgiveness. Honor them and give them your silence. Listen, bless them, and let them be. For they are the bones of the temple that you sit in now. For they are the rivers of wisdom leading you to the sea. I have been 1,000 different women.
Her scene.